Hello, everybody. Welcome to another episode of Boy Detectives Presents. My name is Anthony Zonfrelli.
And I'm Will in Antwerp.
Welcome, everyone. Last week, fun draft, very lighthearted. The Marvel draft. MCU draft.
Oh, yeah.
Yours truly won. I did not make a gloat video.
Why?
I apologize. Honestly, it's because I forgot I won until like 30 minutes before the show started.
That's 29 and
here it is.
Minutes and 45 seconds more than you need.
Beat your ass. That's probably like top 3 of my gloat videos so far. This is going to be an interesting one, I think. This week we are drafting canceled celebrities. Will, how do you feel about it?
I'm incredibly nervous. I know that I'm going to step in it. I know that the audience expects us to handle it with the deftness and grace that they've come to expect from us. Mm-hmm. But I'm worried a slip of the tongue might land me in some hot water.
Yep.
And the internet lives on forever. This
is a live show. If you're watching this tomorrow, great. That means we did well. Matt Fear is backstage. He can pull the plug at any minute. To do this, we're only half of the people who are going to be walking this line. Joining us today, please welcome our very special guests, BJ Jeranyama and Laura Merli.
Hey.
Hey.
Hello.
Question for Laura. whose idea it was to do this draft. Why?
Yeah.
You were like, what's a collection of things, like a category with a lot of things in it? And there's a lot of people who've been canceled. It's a well that just goes deeper and deeper. And after I picked it, I'm nervous too. I kind of regret picking this.
BJ, you were added to this show. It was not your idea, but you graciously agreed to do it. How are you feeling?
Look, my agent told me don't do it. Don't get in there. It's only going to hurt the brand. But I said the people need it. The people want me to be there. So I'm here for you, Twitch.
Thank you, BJ. And BJ, quick question. Is cancel culture real?
So we have, I guess a few things we should discuss up top. So this is a draft show. We're going to be drafting a football team out of these canceled celebrities. We're going to be drafting one quarterback, one running back, one wide receiver, one tight end, one kicker, and one defense. We should stay trigger content warning for basically everything up top because I don't know who we are all going to draft. We should say that drafting someone to our teams obviously does not indicate endorsement whatsoever.
Retweets are not endorsements.
Retweets are not endorsements. That's right. Draft picks are not endorsements. When I post this on my Twitter account, I can't wait until I have to Google all of these people.
An excellent point in the chat. We are not allowed to draft any canceled football players because the well is too vast and it's too easy.
Now, we agreed to current NFL players. Are we expanding that to all NFL players or just current?
Whatever we agreed to. I didn't really read the rules anyway.
All right. I should have known better than to trust Will's. All right. We'll play it by ear.
Quick question. Can the person be dead?
Yes.
I think so, yeah.
Okay.
Just not a current football player. There might honestly be more.
Ultimate cancel.
Yeah, that's true.
That's what I was thinking. Okay.
All right, Matt, could you flip over to my screen, please? Let's discuss our team names and coaches. Will, would you care to start?
Yeah, so my team name is Over Party from the popularized hashtag, X celebrity is over party. Hashtag Taylor Swift is over party. And I think basically anyone that's going to be drafted could be at some point subjected to an hashtag of it's over party. And then my coach is the OK sign. I'm not going to do it exactly. It's too soon, and I don't want anyone to screen grab it. But for basically the entirety of humankind, we've been able to say, hey, that's A-OK. And then over the last few years, the white nationalists have kind of co-opted it, and now people can get canceled just for doing it in pictures. I want to take it back. And I think the OK sign, its original meaning has a lot of positivity that'll rile up the team and get us out there. He's going to tell you it's A-OK out there.
Beautiful. Laura, how about your team?
My team is the Notes app apologists, because the Notes app apology has become very popular in recent years. And I heard on the internet it was really popularized by Taylor Swift, but I don't know if that's actually true or not. It's just something that I read the headline of and not the actual article. And my coach is going to be J.K. Rowling, Miss deservedly been canceled. I can't even count how many times this woman has been canceled, and she has refused to just step away from the game and give her Notes app apology, and she just keeps slamming her face into a door again and again and again in the name of feminism. So I felt like, a coach needs perseverance. You know what I mean? So
yeah. And you have to imagine, she'd come up with a pretty imaginative offense, based on the Harry Potter world is so expansive and creative. You have to hope that she would bring that to the field.
Yeah.
Here's the thing. If I was a billionaire I would simply not make my new cause being a giant public transphobe.
Yeah.
Absolutely. She could have
It makes no
chosen
sense.
water access in Africa, water access in America at that. We don't
Or-
have clean water.
Or
in a
just
lot
do
of
nothing
places.
with it, or just sit on your money.
Or just do nothing. Or just like not make a Twitter. She could have
Or just
she could have signed off.
we could have just associated her with magic and been done.
Yes.
All right, BJ, your team.
Yep, my team is the no comment Commodores because honestly, we're not going to say anything. We're going to let it breeze by and let the PR folks just take care of it. All right? Don't need to say anything over there. No comment. I'm not going to justify that with a comment. No comment.
And your coach.
And my coach is, come on, one of the biggest assholes of all time. He's a racist. He's an anti-Semite. And he's Australian. Of course it's Mel Gibson. Come on. That's a trifecta of just terribleness. Top of his game.
That's a great pick. You know, Braveheart, Mel Gibson. I think he'd lead your team to battle.
Look, here's the thing with Mel Gibson, right? Terrible human being, bad to all types of people. And I'm not saying this is justifying him or anything like that, but the man makes good movies. That doesn't mean that he's a good person, but he makes good movies. So, if we're doing a cancel celebrity draft, I'm going to want to have someone that's canceled, but can get the job done.
Very smart. Very smart. My team is the PR Nightmares, and we are going to be coached by none other than Abby Lee Miller, the coach from Dance Moms. Was she canceled for being racist? Yes. But I think her results as a coach of Dance Moms speak for themselves. Just like unprecedented winning streaks. I think if she's half as good a football coach as she is a dance coach, then you guys are in trouble. Now, all that being said, my goal tonight is not necessarily to win. It is just to not be eligible for this draft next time we do it.
Yeah.
Don't they say there's a lot of crossover between football and dance? Like, don't they say take that as a football player even?
Yeah.
A lot of wide receivers.
Yeah, took ballet lessons.
Look at that.
Boom. Great. Thank you. That coach is even that better pick than I even thought it was. All right. Let's determine draft order and get this thing started.
I am rooting so hard to not get first.
I want to get first.
Oh, no. Okay. Oh, come on.
Slow down.
I don't know where to go.
Where's the fire?
I don't want you
Where's
to
the fire? Slow
Go
down.
Will. Go Will.
No.
Go Will. Oh, BJ first.
Oh.
Okay.
Okay, I don't know why I was so slow.
Anthony's struggling.
Whew. All right, so it's going to be BJ, then Will, then Laura, and then myself.
Oh my
BJ, you get to start us off strong, my man.
Okay. Well, we're starting off. I'm going to go with a different type of technique. You know, when you have your fantasy football draft, you're usually going to go with a wide receiver or running back to get you first. They're going to give you high volume, high amount of numbers. I'm going to go with a quarterback first. And when I think of a quarterback, I want someone that continues to raise the bar. That every time you see that person going into a match and you think, oh, they're toast. No, they come back, they're throwing deep bombs, they're adding new stuff to their arsenal, and they're motivating their team. In this situation, we have this cancel celebrity draft. It's the opposite of that. I want to see someone that every time you think they're at the lowest, they can't go even lower, but they do. And of course, my first pick for quarterback is Kanye West.
Great pick.
That's a good one.
Good pick.
Mhm.
Jesus walked so Kanye can speak all this crazy. All right? Look,
Now,
every
do you have
time you think... Yeah, go ahead, Will.
Do you have a specific cancellation in mind?
this is why I picked him as my quarterback, because similar to other quarterbacks, you think he's done, right? You think he went on stage with Taylor Swift. Oh, this is going to have him go down. It doesn't have him going down. He says he invented the leather jogging pants. Everyone's like, you crazy. What are you talking about? He doesn't go down. He starts wearing red MAGA hats. He doesn't go down. He tells him, you can't have an abortion, and he doesn't go down. He's just resilient.
Man, I am not going to be able to justify any of my picks as strongly as that. Hell of a way to start this draft off, BJ.
Hey, Yeezy won it.
Woo! All right. Great pick. Probably high on a lot of our boards. Will, you are up.
All right. Let's get into it. Okay. I'm also going to take a quarterback, and you want him to be the face of your franchise. You want someone who's really confident and someone that I know has the build for it. I'm going to go with Chris Pratt.
Oh.
Chris Pratt, America's darling, schlubby little Andy when he was on Parks and Rec, got yoked for the Marvel movies and I think Zero Dark 30. And then it came out he was a part of some weird church that hated gay people. And they were like, hey, Chris Pratt, do you hate gay people? And he's like, no, I love gay people. I just give all my money to this church that does all these causes against him. So I think he's probably a pretty bad guy. He deserved to get canceled, but he just has that classic quarterback look in my mind.
Yeah, that's a good pick. I did have Chris Pratt as a kicker just because I drafted Star-Lord as my kicker last week, and I wanted to draft him in back-to-back drafts.
What is it? The Hillsong Church?
Is that his?
Yeah, that's the one. And it's Justin Bieber is a part of it. It's just a nasty organization. And he deserves to be canceled, quite frankly. It's not an endorsement, but he is my quarterback and the face of my franchise.
So that means that Hillsong Church is out from my defenses. Okay. Laura, you're up.
Hey. Okay, so I'm gonna start with a running back, and I said this on in our little group before we went online, but just for the audience to know, I don't know what the rules of football are. Some men in bars have tried to explain it to me, and I can listen for a moment before I just go completely blank. So I'm going to go by what I feel like these words mean to me specifically. So you don't need to write in the comments that this isn't what this means. Or maybe I'll get it right. When I think running back, I think someone that really grabs us all by the balls and drags us back in time. So I'm gonna pick Rush Limbaugh. He was really someone who I think took all of society again by the balls and just pulled us back in time to a worse plane of existence.
Yeah, no, you nailed it. That's exactly what running backs do. And a perfect pick as far as those parameters go.
Big rip. Big RIP to my man Rush. Bit the bullet last month.
The ultimate cancellation
is death.
Yeah, you got canceled by life.
All right. So I'm on the turn here. I got to take two in a row. I think maybe I go big for one and I go soft for another. I am going to draft. So I have I found defense very hard to come up with. So I'm actually going to take a defense first. And I'm going to draft the show Cops as my defense. I think my only concern from a football perspective is that they're going to get flagged for unnecessary roughness a lot. But I think that they're probably of the groups you could take, I think they're best suited for actually playing defense on a football field. So the show Cops is my defense. And at wide receiver, very recent cancellation. I should say very recent official cancellation. I think people knew he was on the out. But at wide receiver, I'm going to draft Pepe Le Pew
I'm on board.
Recently announced that he's not going to be in Space Jam 2. I believe it was like a New York Times article said that he contributed to rape culture.
I think it was just a tweet thread by Ested Wesley.
Okay, well, hey, that's all it takes. Get the information out there. Instead, I think as a skunk, his ability to create separation is great, which is what you want in a wide receiver. And so that's where he's slotting in for me.
I'm a little worried about the locker room dynamic with a skunk.
Yeah.
Okay.
The smell.
Yeah.
Hey, you know what? If you think football players smell any better than a skunk, then you're out of your mind.
Yeah, I guess like since he's not wearing any clothes during the game, he's sort of letting his parts air out, whereas everyone else is maybe doesn't smell as bad when they go in, and then they take things off, and it's like, oh.
More tough for the stadium.
Yeah, he lets it out on the field.
Yeah.
Leaves it all out there. Okay. Hey, guys, we made it through round 1.
Yeah.
We did it. Yep. Back to Laura.
Okay, so I just remembered one thing I actually do know about football, perhaps, is that the kicker can be someone who's a little bit scrawnier because they're not going to get tackled, even though in this person's case, they really would deserve that and a lot more. I'm going to pick Woody Allen, the scrawny, nasty, definitely a lot of bad things. Deserves to finally be getting his cancellation.
And putting him at kicker, I think, was the perfect choice. So very well done. I just didn't mean to do the okay side.
You gotta be careful with that, man. Oh, we lost him. He got the temporary ban.
Oh, he's
all right, I'm back. Matt brought me back. I was in timeout.
Yeah, that's got a quick trigger.
Yeah. All right.
Okay, so Woody Allen. Now, does Annie Hall still fuck? Are we still cool with that movie?
That was funny.
Yeah,
he's gone.
Get out of here.
I love Annie Hall. I don't want
the internet canceled you.
Come on.
To be fair, though, Annie Hall is like one of the only movies he made where he doesn't fuck a child in it. So that's
who knows
something.
what was happening off stage?
Yeah.
Oh God, Matt.
He was creepy on set.
All right. Well, Will's muted, but it is his pick.
Okay. Sorry about that, everyone. Sorry, Sunyi. Okay. He muted me again. Okay, so I was actually very afraid because the person you were describing sounded a lot like my next choice, which was going to be a kicker, a little bit scrawnier. I am going to go with somewhat recently canceled Ellen DeGeneres a kicker.
Damn it.
It's hard to say what exactly she was canceled for. I mean, she was beloved for so long, but I think it started with the Matt. If you did, do we have the picture of Ellen and George W. Bush at the game together? See if I can bring it up. And that kind of, they were like, "Oh, you're cozy with a war criminal." Yeah, there we go. So this started it, and then all the stories from her staffers about how she's just an absolute nightmare to work for, toxic work environment. Quite frankly, I think it was well overdue. But the dance moves, I think, are going to lend themselves quite well to her.
Just about to say, yep, that was my number one kicker. Great selection.
Thank you very much.
All right, BJ, on the turn. You get 2 in a row here.
All right, this first one, I'm going to go with a wide receiver. All right, and when I think of wide receivers, great wide receivers, I think of guys with a lot of flash, right? Deion Sanders, Randy Moss, Terrell Owens. That's what I'm thinking. And this guy brings a lot of a lot of flash as well. He also can jump pretty high. That's right. I believe I can fly. I believe I can touch the sky. We're talking about yep, Robert Dot Kelly. That's right.
Mark Kelly,
I'm
wide
glad you
receiver.
drafted him, but I couldn't put him on my board.
Same.
Hey, you know what? He grabs the ball and then he hides them in the basement.
Oh man.
So R.
Oh,
Kelly.
man.
How many?
Look,
how many
I'm not again, chat. I don't like Robert Kelly. I don't. There was a time in the mid 2000s when I bumped to his songs, but I don't like him. He did bad things. But
Yes.
for the game, it's a good pickup.
I agree. Great pickup.
Absolutely.
I mean, Ignition Remix definitely still fucks, right? It's like the Annie Hall.
I
Yeah,
feel
you know
like
what to
whenever
do.
that song comes on, everybody's like, oh, at first, but then after a little bit, you kind of like forget and are like, oh no, wait,
Yeah.
stop.
Yeah.
Stop head popping.
All right.
BJ,
Should
you're
I
up
get to my
again.
second pick? All
Yeah.
right. I'm going to go musical again because this guy makes me want to say, O.J. Simpson. That's right. The author and actor O.J. Simpson, not current NFL player, going to be my running back.
Ah, God, my team is just getting snagged right now.
There
Not
you
gonna
go.
lie.
I mean,
I totally thought you were gonna say Usher based on that setup.
I did too, and I was like, "Oh my god, I didn't hear Usher got canceled."
Yeah.
Really?
I don't think Usher Baby is canceled. Come
I
on.
don't think so either. That's why I was like, "What? Wait a second."
It's
Yeah,
gone.
don't do my man Usher like that. Ush.
I just Googled and a bunch of things came up and I panicked, but his wedding got canceled. Wedding got canceled.
The best celebrity cancellation you can hope for.
Yeah.
What was OJ canceled for?
I don't think I need to go into that well, and I think you know that.
Well, yeah. What was this innocent walking man?
Look, we all know he stole some sports memorabilia, but they were his first.
Yeah, that's why it's canceled. Oh man. All right.
Okay, back to me. Okay. At running back, I'm going to take another recent cancellation. Very controversial from a show I don't watch, but from pictures seems to have the build that I'm looking for. That's going to be Gina Carano.
Oh my God.
Of The Mandalorian. I've got a picture of her up, Matt, if you want to bring it over. It seems like she already has pads, right, to play in. And was fired, though, from The Mandalorian for, sharing an anti-Semitic meme on Instagram, which lends back to my original point about J.K. Rowling, which if I were on the hit show The Mandalorian, I simply would not be posting anti-Semitic memes on Instagram.
Exactly.
But
She was also in Fast and Furious.
Yeah. Oh, she was?
I believe so.
Volton McMoon in the chat. Can we get a confirmation of that?
Ashley for sure will know.
Yes. Okay.
Okay.
Yeah. Will, great pick. I had it as a tight end, but running back works just as well.
Yeah, and I don't endorse the meme. It's a bad meme.
Will's like,
Well,
it's not
I don't
funny.
know.
Well, Matt.
Yeah, I can't believe Matt hasn't muted BJ more so far.
I personally am against all memes.
Yeah, very anti-meme stance.
Yes.
They've gone too far.
Hold on. I was saying I don't know if Will is being correct there.
Okay. All right. Well,
my turn.
Laura's turn. Yes, let's go.
Okay. I'm gonna get my quarterback, and mine is like something that's, I wanted something that was like very inspiring, because quarterback is like the position you hear about on like TV a lot. Like the high school, it's always like the high school quarterback. It's never in like the locker room. It's never like a other position. It's never like, oh, he plays defense. So I wanted something that was like cool and glamorous and like especially kind of like sad that it actually sucks. So I'm drafting SeaWorld. We should have known all along. Not good. Not good for the environment, for the whales, but inspiring. Yeah, nice to look at. Yeah. Kind of like a stereotypical high school quarterback.
A very abstract pick.
Yeah, I personally I had SeaWorld as my number 2 defense. So
Anthony, you're just getting sniped today.
yeah, this is bad.
Oh man.
Have you guys ever been to SeaWorld?
When I was really little. I say that as if
for
like
sure.
I'm like being defensive.
Yeah. I didn't know.
Yeah, I
didn't
swear to
do
God,
anything
it
about
wasn't
it?
recent. Imagine if not only had I been to SeaWorld, but I had been to it during the pandemic recently. I mean, it was no big deal. It was just like, 2 weeks ago they had tickets available.
There's no rules in Florida.
That's true.
Can we cancel Florida?
Yeah, honestly,
They
you want to
might
call
be
your
like
you want to
Kanye,
call your shot
uncanceled.
and yeah. I was gonna say we should probably like call our shot and just draft someone who isn't canceled yet, but is gonna.
That'll be the bonus round.
Yeah. All right. On the clock here. All right. My top kicker, my top running back, my top tight end, my number 2 defense, all gone. All right. I mean, if OJ Simpson's off the board, I think I need to do the next best thing. Take an ex-NFL player. At quarterback, I have to take Michael Vick.
Oh, thank God. It wasn't, I thought you were going to say Ray Caruth.
Don't know who that is.
I'm drafting Michael Vick. 100% canceled, rightly so, because of dogfighting rings. Though he has now since, I believe he's served his time and is out, right?
Yeah, he's been out for a while. He actually
Yeah.
now donates money to animal protection stuff, and he does like a lot of work with that.
Yeah, I mean, I would
As
too.
required by
Yeah. But also just a sick ass quarterback. So I think that's an absolute steal in the 3rd round, the back end of the 3rd round for me.
But Anthony, you won't be able to go to Atlanta anymore. I'm sorry.
That's probably true. Hopefully we don't play in that dome. Okay, now I got to think here. All right, got it. Tight end, a backup tight end. I'm going to go with Hulk Hogan as my tight end. An absolute animal and an absolute racist. I think he's scary, he's intimidating, he's huge, he's bulky, he's athletic, he's fit, all the things you want in a good tight end. I think it's an easy selection. Easy selection. Though my board is running out quickly.
Anthony, can I ask you one question?
Sure.
Did you watch the Hulk Hogan reality TV show on VH1?
No. What was his reality show?
I don't remember what it was called, but it ran for a couple of seasons.
I watched it.
Yeah, so you know.
Wait, like what was the
Hogan
premise
Knows
of the
Best.
show? Hogan Knows Best?
That's
Yeah,
right.
Hogan Knows Best.
Stupid name.
It was about him and his family, and they were like more normal family than the Osbournes, but still like fancy but not fancy. You know what I mean?
Got
And
it.
like
Okay.
obviously daughter trying to be pop star, and like mom being whatever. I don't know.
Wow. Okay. All right. Well, anyway, Hulk Hogan, beast of a tight end, star of Gremlins 2.
Did you see
Now he's on
when
my
he
team.
tweeted? He was like, "Rest in peace, Bam Margera. Love you, bro." And then Bam. I'm not dead.
Viva la Bam.
Yeah. So
All right, back to Laura.
Yeah. So quick question.
Sure.
What positions are available for defense? What
Oh,
are
so you draft the total defense.
I drafted just defense is what I draft. Sick.
Yep.
Okay. So for defense, I wanted to pick someone who while is not necessarily like a criminal, is someone who's had to defend themselves again and again and again and again to the point where it's almost like tedious. But you want that level of experience with your whole defense being one person. So I would say for me, it's going to be Lena Dunham.
on my board. She just always is stepping in it, but I feel like I haven't heard from her in a little bit. Are you concerned that she might be over the hill from a cancellation perspective?
I'm a little bit worried, but I'm also, just going to say like the pandemic has been tough on us all. So I'm sure once things open up more, she's going to be canceled again in some way, shape, or form.
The pandemic caused Lena Dunham to jump the cancellation shark.
Yeah.
All right.
It's
Can't
okay.
be canceled if you're not interacting with people.
I often
people have
confuse
found a
Lena
way.
Dunham and Amanda Knox.
All right, Will, your pick.
Oh boy. Okay, the defense time.
You tell
I
me.
can do it. I can do it. This is a tough one. I actually have two group defenses I'm interested in, but I guess I'll go for the fan favorite. My defense. I'm going to take the Goya beans. So yeah, I mean, it was found out that the Goya beans donated to Trump or something, and then everybody, their mother was like, "You got to stop buying Goya beans," and then all the Republicans were like, "We only have to buy."
Eat them straight out of the can.
Yeah, and if you could come over, I mean, we ended up getting some really quality shots out of this. Trump in the White House with a collection of Goya products. Holding up some black beans, standing in front of a wall of
I
beans.
forgot about this.
Oh man, wow.
That's an image.
This is going to be so bad. They can't cook that beans like a Dominican grandma. Come on, Abuela kicks those beans incredibly.
Oh man.
No, in fact, I'm counting on them being horrible, soupy, maybe burnt beans that encompass the field. And just
there's also no way Ivanka has ever cooked anything herself in her entire life. She is getting someone to cook those beans for her and probably open the can for her as well.
Okay, and then before we move on, I've already forgotten to do this.
Oh my god, I got so scared because I thought that was Jon Favreau in that photo.
Oh, he's coming for round 2.
Yeah.
Let's do a little can check. Rachel, how do you burn beans? You leave them on the heat too long. All right. Laura, what are you drinking?
Wait, what's happening right now?
We're doing a can check. Sorry.
I'm gonna guess she's not drinking anything for my can check.
Anthony, start us off.
Yeah, I'm drinking water because I want it to be stone cold ass sober for this draft.
Me too, buddy. Sound mind, sound body.
Me 3.
Really?
Hey.
Yeah.
Agua.
Oh my god. Yeah.
All right.
I'm
This is the
drinking
only draft I
stomach
haven't
ease
had.
tea because I ate too much earlier today.
Too many Goya beans.
All right, BJ, you're up on the turn.
All right. I am up, and I am so happy that I get to draft this defense because I thought it was going to be taken earlier, but I think I got the perfect one. They've been in the news. You've been hearing them, and if you're anything like me, you've been hating them your entire life. And I'm going to take the Queen and the British monarchy for my defense. Look, like 70% of the world was colonized, including, I'm an African immigrant. I hate the British monarchy. Get them out of there. Cancel them. Let's go. Queen Meghan. Queen Meghan. Our light-skinned queen.
That's a really good pick. Oh my God. Okay.
I like it a lot. Now, if you had to imagine some positions, you think the Queen is going to be like your nose tackle, maybe your linebacker?
I'm saying the Queen is going to be my corner because you think she's old, but she's got some moves. She's been avoiding getting canceled for so long. She can just whoop. Gotcha.
Elizabeth Island.
Prince Andrew ever in the news?
Right there in the center.
Oh God.
All right. Great pick. Very solid defense. I believe, okay, we're all done with defenses. All of us have one. Going back, last 2 rounds. BJ, take us home.
All right. This one's for me. And it's going to be my tight end. This character in just American history is just so great. And I equate this person to Gronk. Gronk came in, he won a bunch of championships with New England, then he went and he retired, and then he came back in, 2 years? Came back, scored twice in the Super Bowl, won a championship. You know that my tight end is going to be Carlos Danger himself, Anthony Weiner. He came out. He came out 2011, sexting the whole thing. He decided to step away. He's not going to be a part of the House of Representatives. And then 2016 comes. We're in the middle of a presidential election. Is Hillary going to win? And who makes their return to American life? Danger! That's right, Anthony Weiner, once again.
We wouldn't have had Trump if not for Anthony Weiner. In that sense, he was the most powerful man in the world for a little bit. God, just the most powerfully horny person on the planet.
Extremely.
Okay, that's a great pick.
All right, good pick.
I'm so jealous of your team, and we're not even done.
Yeah. All right, well, Will, make it up.
Okay. A wide receiver, I am going to take a cancellation that's going to have some stick to it, going to really be able to catch the ball, and that is going to be Aunt Jemima.
Mm-hmm.
Aunt Jemima recently announced they were closing. They were going to be replaced by the Pearl Milling Company, which I don't know about you guys. That sounds more racist to me than Aunt Jemima. So Aunt Jemima is no more. We actually have one last bottle in the fridge. We didn't go out. We're like, oh God, we got to get one last Aunt Jemima. But yeah, every time we use it, we're like, oh, well, we're a little bit closer to Pearl Milling.
Well, did you get that last bottle at CPAC?
I did. Yeah, they were giving them away.
Will, good pick. Sticky hands. My wide receiver 2 after Pepe. Solid.
She on performative cancellations absolutely count.
Yeah, I agree.
That's why I think Dr. Seuss is available to be drafted. Just throwing it out there.
Think so too. I don't think he's gonna make mine, but we'll see. Laura, your pick.
Hi. For my pick, I'm gonna do wide receiver, and I'm thinking about someone who has been able to take a very wide array of criticism from a very wide range of people and just let it completely brush off him, completely ignore it for many years, and then just kind of do a little bit with that and not seem super worried about it. I'm going with Justin Timberlake.
Damn, good pick.
Yeah.
Huh.
And I also am having a little bit of a sound problem. I can hear you I can hear you loud and clear, Anthony. Always.
Okay, good.
Everyone else is going in and out.
Hey guys, anything you want to tell Laura?
What did Justin Timberlake get canceled for?
Will wants to know what Justin Timberlake got canceled for.
Did he say that? I can't.
Yeah, he did.
Oh, he did. Well, it's so frustrating that I like suddenly can't hear Will or BJ. But anywho's, so Justin Timberlake has just been a real shitbag for many, many years. And probably like the biggest thing was that when him and Janet Jackson decided to do the nipple thing at the Super Bowl, he allowed her to take 100%, almost 100% of the punishment for it. She got banned from like ever performing at the Super Bowl again while he still could, even though it was like obviously both their thing. And she got banned. Her music got banned from like all the major stations and like MTV, and she like took all this like crazy amount of heat, even though obviously they were both, it was both their idea. And he was just like, oh, we'll just let her have that. Saying inappropriate sexual history of all of his exes, just like putting it out there. You know, just being a real D.
And questionably anti-vax.
Oh, is that true too? Man.
His wife.
Make sure to repeat it so Laura can hear.
Oh, and reportedly anti-vax. Laura, you can try Xing out and coming back in, and you might be able to hear them.
Okay, let me try that.
All right.
I would also say Lena Dunham and Justin Timberlake on her team. Laura's going for the black woman vote. I'm just telling you. Two people that black women hate? Come on. And I'm here for it.
Man.
Who would know?
Right.
Who would know the white girl would come here and be the most supportive of black women? Come on, you love it. 2021.
That's progress.
Man, I'm like, I should have, if I would have known that the way this would have steered was like by drafting the people who deserve cancellation the most, would have gotten the most support, I would have had a totally different outlook coming into this. But as it stands, I'm going to do basically the exact opposite. Someone who was just doing what was in their nature, made one mistake, and then was immediately canceled, but who garnered support across the world. At running back, I'm going to draft Harambe. I think the fastest, most effective cancellation probably in history. But I think he can add a lot to my team. A lot of my running backs earlier were taken. Harambe is
definitely pretty stretchy definition of cancellation for Harambe.
I'm sorry. You guys
up to Jesus Christ. The original cancellation.
Hey, yo, Jesus was definitely canceled in his day.
Yeah, for sure. I agree with Harambe being canceled. And you know what? I would say I even agree with him being initially canceled with death, but then people felt sorry for him. And then they very quickly were like, there was the backlash. Like, yeah, against the dead ape.
Yeah.
But then Elon made that terrible rap, and then we're like,
But people blamed the ape for that. He wouldn't have wanted that. That was his idea.
So much is getting put on Harambe that he didn't want.
Yes.
He deserved it.
Okay.
No, let's move on.
Well, now I'm realizing that I have multiple animals in a locker room with Michael.
Really
it.
man.
I'm not winning this week. That's all right.
Anthony,
But
you
you
can
also
say
have
all
the
of
entire
your
show cops.
I also have I got pigs too.
You can say everyone on that list is an animal.
Hulk Hogan is like barely human. Okay. All right. Kicker. This is it. This is my last pick here. At kicker, I'm going to draft another pretty recent cancellation, and I'm going to draft Hilaria Baldwin.
Oh, that's a good one.
Canceled for lying about her ethnicity, for seemingly no reason. I think kind of similar to Laura's taking Woody Allen as kicker. You want someone that's maybe not like the best athlete, but you can take someone scrawnier here. And I think this is the perfect place to put Hilaria Baldwin.
I think she's a pretty good athlete, right? Wasn't her rise to fame kind of like through yoga videos and taking care of yourself and stuff?
Yeah, well, I mean, you want your kickers to be flexible too. I'm just saying, like,
yeah,
she's no Harambe.
I'm trying to help you out, bud.
Thanks. Yeah, right. Okay, yeah, she's definitely more athletic than Woody Allen. I think that's safe to say. But my team is done. Laura, your pick.
Okay, tight end. So another thing that I didn't know what this was, but I think BJ mentioned that you want a tight end to be flashy. So I was like, okay, well, I'll take that note. And I was thinking about something that is very flashy, very recognizable, kind of like very in your face, and a big symbol, if you will, that people for a long time adored. But now when you see people holding it, it's a little bit like you have to like double check and make sure things are okay there. The American flag. Yeah. When you see it, when you see someone in American flag gear, you have to like ask a few questions. They're not necessarily like bad or anything like that, of course, but it gives you pause. It makes you nervous. I think it's safe to say.
Yeah, for sure.
Flag is at least somewhat canceled.
For sure. You're like, oh, like, have they had that flag up for like 15 years?
Yeah.
Is this
or like 2?
Yeah, right. That's the thing. Is
it black and white with a thin blue line going through one of the stripes?
There are a lot of frightening variations of it.
Yeah.
Yeah, I definitely canceled.
Yeah. I would say, as a black man and an immigrant, that there was never a great time for me for the American flag. Wait, it was nice for people?
Yeah.
July 4th,
well,
maybe
it was like
reason.
Not automatically as big of a worrisome thing.
Yeah. Like there was a time where being patriotic was like, yeah, we're all patriotic, right?
And also it was just like on things at Old Navy where it just like didn't even mean anything. It was just like, it meant like nothing real in some circumstances. Yeah.
Might as well have been like a Nike swoosh.
Yeah, but now if I see someone with it, I'm like, I feel like they're almost definitely making a statement of something. Like it's not just randomly on things as much.
Yeah, I have like T-shirts with an American flag that I just can't wear anymore.
Yeah, because then it's
like, oh. Yeah. All right, great pick, Will.
All right. So tight end last. Now, if you guys have noticed, I stayed within some guardrails for my first 5 picks, right? Fairly safe, especially compared to maybe someone like BJ's picks. But with tight end, I want someone that's going to go whole hog, someone who's not afraid to tear things down. So at tight end, I am breaking all the rules, and I am taking Jeffrey Epstein.
Okay.
I feel like it's better because I did it last, but let's have at it.
Just like Harambe killed before his time.
Yeah, right. Okay. One thing that I love about my tight ends is that they're still alive.
Okay. BJ, last pick of the draft, man. Who's your
kicker? All right, I got a kicker coming up, and this person is a professional leg person. I'll just say that. A leg person. I'm going to go with Lance Armstrong.
Ooh, that's good.
That's my kicker. He'll be powerful kicking a football, but also that power is coming from drugs.
Yeah. Which in our league, you can use drugs.
Yeah.
Right.
There's
Yeah.
no roids testing in canceled celebrity ball.
They're encouraged.
Well, I had on my board, I had Michael Phelps. Remember when he got canceled for smoking a bomb?
Oh, yeah.
Man, how far this country has come.
Yeah.
Oh, and remember when, what was it? Not Ryan Felipe, Ryan Lochte,
Ryan
lied
Lochte.
about getting robbed.
Also on my
Oh,
board.
I don't remember that.
That one was bad.
What?
Yeah.
Why did he do that? Was he like late for something and like, oh, I guess I'll just say I got robbed?
He was just
No,
very drunk, and
Yeah,
he
I think-
caused like a ruckus, and he was like, I was held at gunpoint by some Brazilians. And everyone was like, wait, there's cameras here. You were being a dick.
Ryan.
Now, did Lance Armstrong lie directly to Oprah's face? Do I have that right?
I believe so.
Probably.
Yep.
Probably. Yeah.
So he'll do anything it takes to win. All right.
Shit.
And as the host of Whatever It Takes, which you can watch right here on 2MB Studios on the first and third Fridays at 8 p.m., I love someone who's going to do whatever it takes.
Do you
Seamless
have a
plug.
guest coming up that's like on the show?
Oh, you know what? Caitlin Kling is going to be on the show. So that's going to be awesome. Yeah. Yeah.
Tune in for Caitlin Clay.
And Will. Will will be on the show. We'll be doing geography this week. Come join us. I'll see you to do whatever it takes.
Oh.
Yeah.
So check that out on Friday. BJ, would you mind running through your team, giving us a quick recap before we go?
Coming in at quarterback, we got Kanye West dropping bombs every time. The slavery is a state of mind. That's right. R. Kelly taking your balls, hiding them in basements, taking your women. Come on. O.J. Simpson, you know what that is. A Hall of Fame running back. Coming in the defense, the entire British monarchy. There's so many of them, and they're so problematic. The tight end, it's Carlos Danger himself, the horniest man in the world, Anthony Weiner. And rounding it out, it is our kicker, Lance Armstrong. Strong legs.
Very nice. Laura, give us a recap of yours.
All right. Can I just say I meant to, and then I totally forgot about him. So I just wanted to give an dishonorable mention, sorry, to the man known as Papa John, who I just read a headline today that he's been working for the past 20 months on not saying the N-word, and that he feels like he's made progress toward not having the N-word in his vocabulary, which is I would love to hear more about what his exercises are for that. Not
Maybe a hot take.
but
I think 20 months is probably too long.
Yeah, I agree. Why can't you just stop, cease and desist, whatever, immediately? So, okay, my coach, Miss J.K. Rowling, just can't stop canceling herself again and again for being a transphobe. Running back, Rush Limbaugh, so many terrible things that he's done. We don't even need to get into them. Kicker, Woody Allen, you can picture him doing that probably better than you could picture him doing any other football related thing. Quarterback, the toughest guys on my team, SeaWorld, you gotta be tough to steal whales from the wild. Defense, my girl who's always on defense, Lena Dunham, you can read 1,000 different articles on 1,000 different things that she did, so if you like are into that sort of thing. WR, what? Wide receiver.
WR, yeah.
Good old JT Justin Timberlake finally apologized to Janet and Brittany recently, but many years after the offenses, and doesn't really seem to understand what he's apologizing for, just seems to understand that people are mad at him online. Tight end, I've got the old Glory, I think they call it, old swaying in the wind, American flag. for as BJ pointed out, always had bad connotations, but lately has had very, like, even more specifically worrisome connotations going there. And that's my team.
Solid team all
Very
around.
strong.
PR Nightmares, coached by Abby Lee Miller, the coach from Dance Moms. Our defense, we have the show Cops on the front lines there. We have Pepe Le Pew as our wide receiver. We have Michael Vick chucking the rock around. Tight end, we have Hulk Hogan. Running back, we have Harambe. And kicker, the most exotic woman from Boston, Hilaria Baldwin. And Will, your team?
Okay, we'll speed through it. Coach for the for the over party is the OK sign. Quarterback, the pretty boy, Chris Pratt at kicker. Dancing Ellen at running back. Anti-Semite Gina Carano at defense. A whole lot of beans, baby. Goya beans. Wide receiver. Rest in peace, Aunt Jemima, now Pearl Milling Company. And at tight end, bringing it up, he's still alive. We all know it, Jeffrey Epstein.
And that's the Cancel Celebs draft. Thank you, Laura. Thank you, BJ, both for doing this. Hope you guys had fun.
Yeah, this is fun.
Cool. Any
cancel
parting
me,
words?
internet.
Yeah.
There you go. Perfect. Thank you guys. Thank you guys for doing this.
Thank you.
Yeah, now the fun begins. If we're really canceled, it'll start pretty soon.
As soon as I post this on Twitter. Stay tuned on this channel for what's going on, a roundtable show featuring Jake Eisenhart, Kwasi Mensah, Jess Cashin, Maribeth Mooney, David Thomas, and Rachel Andelman. Will, any final words before we go? Will, this is your last chance. Don't get canceled in these final words.
Sushi swap.
This has been Boy Detectives. I wish we had a catchphrase.